Good morning, people. Bit late. There you go. Sorry about that. Had a few issues this week with lovely YouTube. So there you go. But it's 29 degrees here in Thailand, and everything's looking very, very nice. Very, very pleasant. And but it's a shame about the chaos everywhere. Oh, I'm going to cut that off in the background. So, here we are. A little bit late this morning, so I must apologise for that. It's to do with the fact that my channel got closed down this week. So, which was a bit annoying, to say the least. So, I won't be talking about rainbows or anything like that. So, it's just the world we live in now. You can't. The days of free speech are well over, unfortunately. So, what have I been up to this week? Well, been out for a few meals as normal, and had a great time. Went out with Anna yesterday. She's doing really well with her Thai, and life's very, very good as normal. And you know, so what we're going to get on with it. There we go. So it really looks like it's going to rain out there. So we're really into the swing of rainy season. And I'll be doing the show today on the wing because totally unprepared because I didn't get my channel back till Friday. So normally I prepare for the week, but I couldn't even go onto YouTube to comment on other people's channels. I couldn't do anything. I was totally locked out. And there you go. What could I say, really, other than that? Good morning, Mark. How you doing? Good morning, Chris. Good morning, Doug. Good morning, John. Yeah, it's a bit of chaos this morning, but yeah, let's have a look. Got some good news, as always, though. Keep it positive. Just won't talk about rainbows, please. Please don't talk about rainbows. It's a real pain in the ass talking about rainbows. I showed a bit the pictures of the week first and stuff like that because, you know, the market's poor for some people, not for others. And last week I had like 167 views. Crazy. So there you go. So here we go. What we've got this week. Pictures of the week. Climate, markets, BTC, precious metals, news. Congratulations to Stephen Hoy at the Wombat Bar in Jomtien. They've had a beautiful little girl, which is marvellous. So, well, got carried away there. So that's the marvellous little girl there. Look, there's Steve. And popped in there yesterday to see Steve, or was it Friday? I can't remember. Anyway, Steve is absolutely over the moon. Absolutely over the moon. You can just see. Older dads do it better. Peaky Blinders. I'm not saying we was bad dads when we was young. It's just the fact that when we was younger, we was just working. It makes a massive, massive difference. You know, if you're not working, you got more time on your hands. Like me and Anna yesterday, we went out and Anna was my little translator, so that's fantastic. So we went to Peaky Blinders Friday as normal. There's Gary there, yeah, pork chop, and this dish on the left. The dish on the left is gambas pili pili, like it's like a Portuguese Spanish dish. So it's like chili, garlic, and prawns, but you can't really see them that well, really. But Really nice dish in there. And I'm so glad I had that on Friday. And this was the guys on Friday. So there was like 5 of us Friday because Jim and Meow are in France. And we had a nice time. Thanks very much, John, for taking the photograph. And then we went had a massage. There's me and Anna. So Anna sits down, has a massage. She loves it. There's me having my massage. I like it. I have a massage every week. And yeah, life's pretty good on that. And there on the left there, that was a freshella. That was a cashew nut chicken and an egg fried rice. Very, very nice, very pleasant. There's John and me and Anna laying down relaxing. This is Cooking the cat. He's nearly fully grown now, so I haven't put a picture of him up for a while, but there you go. This is his favourite sitting position. So he sits up on the back of the sofa like this. He's just a lovely cat, and he's never been out. He was a soy cat. He was nearly dead when we found him. I wouldn't say he's the best looking cat. He's not going to be the biggest cat, but I love him, and that's all that matters, really. And then on Monday, I had a day to myself Monday because I had Animal last weekend. And because I had Animal last weekend, I deserved to treat myself to food. So on the Monday, I went out to Haru. Haru's a Japanese buffet in North Pattaya. This is the best buffet I've ever been to. It's not a buffet as such because you sit down at the table, and if you see at the bottom here, if you can see my mouse at all, you can see there's a cup, and to the left of the cup there's like an Adidas sign, and there's paper and a pen, and you literally order off the menu what you want. So there's no wastage. But the food is so well presented. This roast pork, I highly recommend it. I go for the gold buffet, which is I think about $7.99 or something. I can't remember the price. It's cheap, and anyway, so I'll go for the gold buffet. It might be $7.99 or something. The bill's under $1,000, so it's really, really cheap. But this roast pork is unbelievable. I had 4 roast porks like this. This roast pork is the best roast pork. I've had nothing close to it. It's just incredible. The sauce, the flavour, the texture, everything. It's just amazing. And I'm not a pork eater because I've got a little bit of Jew in me. So then I had to compile into the salmon sushi here. So this was like salmon and caviar, like a red caviar. And this was sesame seeds rolls. And this is salmon avocado sushi. Amazing. So this is so good. When I saw the guys on Saturday, we decided we're going to go here on Monday. So they're coming to me my only day, but so that's all right. I don't mind people joining me on my me day only, because Monday's my me day only. I have the old day to myself, but I don't mind being in that group. But probably be fishing, no doubt. This is the mushrooms in butter. On the left is the salmon teriyaki, and on the right is a Japanese Wagyu burger. Wow, honestly, guys, I was spoiled. Anyway, come back. There's my lovely wife, and Anna, and you can see how big she is. She's in the same size as Pry and Anna on the right. As I say, sorry about the charts this week. It was just thrown together. If you need to contact me at all, that's my line. That's my line QR code. Highly recommend line. If you need health insurance, affordable, I pay $132 a month. Again, in the description, go down there. If you email this guy, michhammer, you don't have to mention me. I get no kickbacks from it. I've got no interest in kickbacks or anyone sending me money. I don't need it because I am rich enough. So please, but this guy, I just do it because I try and help his business. Michhammer, and he will send you a quote. But basically, as long as you don't claim, your quote stays the same. So if it was like somebody like Mark doing this, where I pay $132, he might only pay like $100 a month. And he could keep that to his $99, $100 a month, without it going up as long as you don't claim. If it claims, it goes up by a maximum of 3%. And as I say, anyway, all the expert links and all that malarkey is all in the bottom. Good news on the climate. Well, as you know, Davos and all that lot, I think I can talk about them. They want to get rid of all our cars. So they're talking of reducing cars by 75%. I think most of us will probably be dead by then anyway, you know. Reducing cars by 75% 2050, but they're not talking about getting rid of their fucking private jets. This is just typical the left. There's no two ways about it. I hate the left and the right, but there is something about communism and severe socialism. All they want to do is make everybody poor. So they're all rich at the top and everyone's poor at the bottom. And then they're fucking happy. I think they'll all be happy if we all lived in caves. I can't stand these people. And this is from the Wall Street Journal. I can't believe the Wall Street Journal's actually published this report. I'm so shocked. Like the Wall Street Journal, I can assure you, is not my publication. Anyway, the rainy season's here, so we get on to normal stuff. The rainy season, which is my favourite time of year, especially living here down in Rayong, because we don't really have so much. We don't have too much rain down there as such, but we have the cloud and we have the rainfall. But we also have days like this where we've got the nice beaches and we've got the lovely blue sea, and we go swimming in that. And like Prize in there at the moment, collecting their clams. And we just love this time of year. This is my favourite time of year. As you can see, I'm always talking about the green, yeah, and you know, you can see down the bottom here, you've got the bar. So green's good, yellow's moderate, and then it goes up to, you know, you're going to die basically. And if you look at the moment, we're like good or moderate. Now that's good news for all of Thailand. You know, there's not so many fires going on. Philippines is normal. You know, it's quite green anyway, especially on its east coast. Is very good. The air quality on the east coast of Philippines is excellent. So anyone suffering with asthma or high blood pressure, that is the place to live really, rather than Thailand. And if you look at the bay, little America coming across to Rayong 28 and Chonburi, even Bangkok, all the air quality at the moment is really good, and this is to do with the rainfall. If you look at Asia, it's that little green spot. We're just covered with, we're surrounded by shit. This is why our air quality is so bad. This graph really shows, this map really shows it really well. So this is showing like India all the way across to China. And you can see like most, you know, there's a few green here and there. Say Philippines is good, but Malaysia is terrible. So I couldn't go and live in Malaysia either. I didn't realise Malaysia suffered with such bad air quality. But we're normally quite lucky here. America, because those all greenie was over there, and well, you can see their air quality. This is all to do with the forest fires caused by lightning up in Canada, and bringing down bad air to America. But America, you know, generally on the west coast, the air quality stays really good. And the monsoon season, here we are. So this is Thailand, and we've got the monsoon building up here in the Bay of Bengal. And that's what kind of brings our monsoon. And we also get tropical storms coming in from the Philippines, Vietnam. Got one just below Ho Chi Minh City. Was that Saigon? Just below Saigon to those older ones of us. So it looks like we've got another monsoon. Hopefully this will come up and we'll have more rain. But I'm loving this cloud. I just love it. Good morning, Jay East. And these are the new offshore. These are the new offshore wind farm fans. We was talking about this the other day with Gary, and I said Gary said if you just put a little black marker on it or something, it wouldn't kill all the birds. Well, apparently Denmark have developed these, and they've got like red tips and they've got red bands. So hopefully because I quite like wind farms because we had a lot of them in the UK. And I think they're quite good. But I don't like the idea when they're killing like millions and millions of birds, because it's not a good idea. I think it's absolutely terrible. And don't forget, I've had to report about 4 companies this week. I thought, well, if I've got blocked, I'll go out and report companies. So I went out and reported 3 companies on Facebook and 1 company on YouTube, and I reported these to the financial institutions in the UK and here in Thailand as well. And I'm not a grass, but the reason why I've done it is because they're out to scam people's pensions. So just be careful, because this is not Thai people ringing you. This is English, Australians, New Zealanders, Americans. It's our own people trying to steal our own money, which is crazy. They're not regulated. They shouldn't be giving financial advice, and they're absolute scumbags. And every week they take people for absolutely millions, and they're just sitting there laughing at everybody. Anyway, it's not financial advice. So it's a quick chart week. I haven't really looked at it, but I'll go through, try my best. I'll put the charts up. Right, so the inflation started coming down a bit, but the truth of the matter is we're still in a lot of trouble, because you can see that the Fed, this is from the Fed, it's all official data. This comes from their website. They've cut down the money supply, so you can see it's turning over. Every time it turns over, there's a recession. You know, in this case, it's slightly different because this was the start of COVID, where they just pumped so much money into the economy, told all of us to stay at home and get paid. So there was no production. And if there's no production, you get inflation. When you're looking at the markets, and this is what I'll be talking about within the charts, when you look at the markets, you get a thing called fear and greed. So when people are nervous, like me, I don't trade. So I'm over here on the left-hand side. I'm at 1. Then you get all the retail. This is where everyone loses their money. You get all the retail, and it's called extreme greed, because the market's just going up and you just can't see it ending. And they go up, they go across a little bit, and they just carry on going up. And people think they're going to get rich, but unfortunately, they're in a situation like Isaac Newton was, the greatest physicist of all time, and he actually died bankrupt because he was in the early days of the stock market, and he put all his money in around here, and he lost everything he had, including his home. He saw out his days in charity. They didn't see him go short, so don't feel too sorry for him. US to the Thai baht, I can see this still making 35. We're looking really good at 34.65 against the USD. Looking really, really nice. Let's hope if it stays above this little red, there's a red line there. If we stay above the red line, so this green thing's come down to there and it's hit the red line and bounced off it. And the charts never lie. You know, the governments do, charts don't. Australian dollar, love the Australian dollar because it's just gone above that red line again. So it made 23.8. So Mark and John, you're going to love this. I can see this going to 24, hopefully. But it's still, even at this rate, this is a great rate. Don't be greedy. Great rate to change money, you know, because 23.8, if you're bringing over a lot of money like Mark does and like John does, that makes a massive, massive difference to you if you can bring it over at that rate. GB pounds for those guys, any English guys over there. It's just a great time to exchange money. Again, though, it's plateauing, so just be careful. I don't normally exchange money on a Sunday. If I had UK pounds, I would actually exchange money in UK pounds today, because 44.23. So on Wise, I want to get 42.5. 42.51. I'm happy with that. I would be really happy with that if I held UK pounds. Crude oil, this is just like bubbling along. It doesn't really know where it's going. It's just doing this like lack of demand. Don't really know where it's going. It's above the moving average. I wouldn't really trade it. I see it coming back down to 17 and bouncing off it again. But at the moment, it's going back up. It all depends on the news. You know, it's like with the war in Iraq, if I'm allowed to talk about that without getting banned. Natural gas, love natural gas, absolutely adore it. Been talking about it over the last like 4 or 5 live streams here, where I actually came in down here and I actually cashed out up there. and I loved it, absolutely loved this one. And I was hoping it was going to come back down, but it's going back up again at the moment. But I'm sticking to my horses. I've got to wait till it comes down to 2. Hopefully it'll come down to 2 sometimes in the summer, so I can go in large. Gold, I see gold coming down from this, hopefully. Hopefully gold will come down to 1950. Oh. I see gold coming down to 1950, hopefully. Not this week, but I see it getting down that way. We're in a downward trend. Hopefully this will come down. Over the year, though, anyone in gold, you're up 8.5%. Take your profit. That's what I say. Silver, this is bouncing back up again, but I see it coming back down again. You can see it's not very strong. To me, it's looking like it doesn't really know what it wants to do on the charts. This blue band and red band, this tells you when to buy and when to sell. So when they turn over, when they change over, it tells you when to buy, when to sell. And at the moment, that's telling me it's going nowhere. Platinum, I love platinum, but unfortunately, platinum's only down to 987 US dollars. I want it to come down to 900. If it comes down to 900, and the Bollinger Bands are telling me, and the moving averages are telling me it's moving down. So I'm hoping if we can come down a lot, if it comes down to, like, I don't know, 930, 920, I'll go in and have a little nibble. Palladium, when I talked about palladium last week, so if you'd have got in last week when I said, you'd have made a nice $100 US on that. I didn't go in last week at all. I'm sitting on the sidelines in cash. I've only made 1 trade this year, and I can only see myself doing a maximum of 4. Good morning, Robert. Sorry, it's really hard because I can't keep up with the chat and everything else. BTC, this has made a little bit, it went down last weekend. As I say, it dropped down to 25k. I think that's going to be about the lowest it drops down to this year, unless we have economic chaos between here and the end of the year. I can't really see it that much. I reckon the highest BTC will go to this year is 30. I'm just staying out of it. I see it dropping off a little bit. Dixie, the dollar went down, so did gold, because gold and Dixie are intertwined, but it's still holding above 102. At the end of the day, all these programs are saying everyone's getting rid of the dollar, everyone's getting rid of the dollar. It's all bullshit. It's just mainstream media bullshit as normal, because 60% of the world's debt is in US dollars, and you can only pay them back in US dollars. You can't pay it back in gold. You can't pay it back in anything else other than US dollars. So at the moment, the Chinese are struggling because they've got a shortage of dollars. So that's the reason why their markets are struggling as well, because they've got they're talking down the US dollar, but at 102, it's still killing them. Nasdaq, just be careful if you're in this. I see this turning over. It's just dropped below that moving average, that red line I talk about, that 9-day moving average. It's just dropped below it. It's closed on it. It's actually closed below that line. That's telling me on Monday this is going to drop. So it's probably be a good short for Monday. We've actually moved the line along here. So we had like the curve, which went up here. We had credit, which is tight. And it's really, really hard to get credit in Europe and America. The Fed has stopped increasing interest rates. So what we're waiting for next is the Fed cut. That will be next. Now, good old Jerome Powell said he is not going to cut the federal rate before the end of the year. The markets, after this week, when they went up again, are telling him, sorry, we don't believe you. You're lying as normal. You are going to cut rates because they always do. So we're still on this trend. So we're still looking for a massive depression, guys. Which is great news. If you're in cash, and that's the reason why I'm sitting in cash, because I know I've got to wait like 12 months, but I don't care. If I don't do a trade for 12 months, it is not going to affect me, I don't care. I'll wait. S&P 500, Jerome Powell down here, he said, oh, no, we're not going to put down. This is where he'd done it. And we had this changeover down here. So the blue line went above the red, and everyone took profit up here again. The stock market is heading towards 4,500. It will bounce south of that, whatever happens. So this one here, we could go back up on Monday, but if we do 4,500, and we will go south, and we'll have a nice sell-off, because that'll be towards the end of the month, and everybody will be taking their profit. And again, we've moved across on the arrow. So I'm just showing you where we are before the great crash. We're across to here. This is COVID. This is here. So I reckon we're about 12 months away. Because when did COVID start? About 3 years ago. So we're like 1, 2, 3 years in, and this is the 4th year. So we're going to have another fall. We're going to have a fall sometime. It will bounce back up again. And then when it falls, you know, you need to be out of this position. You need to be out of all your positions. You need to be in cash around here. Because this is not going up. It's impossible. It just cannot carry on. PayPal, as I said to you a few weeks ago, I looked at that and I said, oh, I like that. That's got like 15% in the last 2 weeks. Very nice. So anyone who had it, good luck to them. Tesla's had a great run over the last month. Put this up. You know, this is like taking profit on the way up. Myself here at $260, I would sell Tesla. Myself personally, because I'm not into greed, I would sell there, take my profit over the month. You've made like $70 profit over you've made $70 profit over 4 weeks. You made like 25%, over 25% profit in 1 month. Well, the bank ain't going to pay you that. So that's the reason why I take my profit along the way. And this is the pyramid. So this is all the government shit debts and corporate debts and blah, blah, blah. I like to be down here in gold, paper money, treasury bills, government bonds, and I'd even add silver into that. I don't everything above this at the moment. I don't want to be in. I ain't going to buy property. I'm not going to buy no more real estate at the moment. I'm not going to do anything. I just don't trust it. I just don't think I think it's all bullshit. So anyway, this is where you want to be. Gold, paper money, treasury bills, then you're okay. I'm not a financial advisor. Please do your own research. Please do your own diligence. This is just like financial education, just telling you what's going on in the markets. Oh, I can't believe we've got 12 people in there. Oh, I tell you, man, hello Dave, hello Jay East, hello John. Yeah, cash. Cash is the way to go. Anyway, sorry about that. But yeah, when they took me down, I had to re-put my StreamYard information in and blah, 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 etc., etc. So this week, I'm going to have to spend some time running down my downloading some of the videos I want to keep, because the way it's going, YouTube are going to ban me anyway. They just fucking hate me. That's because I won't monetize my channel, you know. So there you go. But I don't want it monetized. Someone said it's considering buying gold for those in Thailand. Oh yeah, without a doubt, Jay East. I tell you what to do, Jay East, next week I will show you the gold versus the Thai baht over the last 3 years. The Thai baht is nearly at its highest ever. It's still about 32,500. If Dave's in the chat, I'm sure he knows. He looks at it all the time. I haven't even looked at the gold prices in Thailand since it went above 30 because I just thought this is a joke. It's got to come back down again. But it's just going up and up and up. It's absolutely crazy, you know. Oh, yeah, they're lovely. Yeah. And don't even mention those people, you know, on the other side, you know. Yeah, got to love Thailand. That's in the link there. So, you know, Dave's always looking at gold on there anyway. Now, what time is it now? 10:15. I better start getting ready for lunch, I suppose. Anyway, I hope everyone has a fantastic day. They didn't miss the start. Oh, well, I don't know. You can come on and speak for a little while if you want, Chris, but I just had a nightmare tonight with YouTube. They didn't send me an email warning or anything. They just took me down, out, the lot. I had no access to nothing. I had no access to my emails. I had no access to anything on the Google platform. I had no access to. It did make it a pain in the arse. And I'm quite lucky here with my VPN, so I can actually go on elsewhere. But I didn't open up a new account or anything. But I do have a Google account where I actually pay for my email. So my personal email, I actually pay for that through Google. It costs me like about $8 US a month or something stupid. I can't remember. Anyway, I pay for that. So they still gave me access to a second email account I've got. So I looked on there. I went on there, and from there I could go on to. And all I talked about was 2 skeletons. Can't believe it. There you go. You know, I'm just trying to protect women's sport. That's all. You know, I got nothing. I got no problem with anything else. But women's sport and men's sport they're two totally different things. I totally understand. Here in Thailand, we have three genders, and we always have. But we have two. We've got males and females, and that's just the way it is. So they took me down for it, and I didn't say anything out of order. All I said was, "What would happen if you dug up two skeletons after 2,000 years? Could you tell if they're male or female?" And you know, that's it. And that's what they took me down for. They class that as hate speech, trying to identify a skeleton. I think we have lost the plot, seriously. And this is from someone who had two very close friends in Spain, very close friends, dear friends of mine, and they're both gay, and they both died of AIDS. Both of them. It was before we had the vaccines and all that malarkey. You know, don't get me wrong. When we was when I lived in Spain, I was quite. I wasn't a good person. You know, I was a young lad, and anyway, my two friends they caught AIDS, and it was horrendous. They both had horrendous deaths as well. So as I say, we live in interesting times. Interesting times, we really do. Anyway, guys, thanks for logging in. I'll probably have to edit the last bit of the show out because if not, I might get censored again. You know, this is the world we live in. These trans groups are very, very politically strong, and that's the reason why the gay groups have got gays against grooming hashtag. So I can't put that up because if I put the hashtag up, gays against grooming, if I put that up, then I'd probably get banned again. Anyway, I'm going for a lovely lunch today. Hope you all guys go for a lovely lunch today. Take care, be safe. Remember, keep your money in cash. Cash is king at the moment. And I hope to see you back next Sunday. And I hope I haven't upset anybody. But I'll try not to because it's not very nice when you upset people. Because it's a free world and we've all got to do what we want to do. Unfortunately, UT doesn't think that way. So, Gordon, thank you very much for your support in the week over this as well. You're a good guy. And, yeah, it's a pain in the ass. Anyway, I'm going to get myself ready. I've got to get Anna out of bed because we're off to lunch. We're going to Valley View restaurant and I'm having six Yorkshire puddings. I'm going to have roast potato. And today, guess what I've got today, guys? I don't even care about the meat. I've got fresh roast parsnips. It's the first time I've eaten roast parsnips in over 2 years because you can't get parsnips here. I cannot wait. And Steve said, well, how many parsnips do you want? Because he's grown these in his garden. And I said, I want as many roast parsnips as you can put on the plate. I can't wait. Guys, catch you later. Have a great week. Wherever you are, I hope it's sunny. I hope you're safe. And I hope you're all accumulating cash. Until then, ciao.